Hello everybody, what is happening? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the starting 11 or the potential starting 11 that is going to come here at Real Madrid. What I would like to see here at Real Madrid, the potential transfers that I would like to see. But of course, before I get into that, of course, if you haven't already done so, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blancosfantv. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get started into today's topic of the day. Let's see if I get this right here. Technical difficulties sometimes can happen. I'm not the most technical guru out there, but bear with me here. All right, load up. There you go. All right, cool. So everything's loaded up. As you can see, football pitch. And like I said, like I promised, I delivered on my promise. But days until the first live stream, 41 days, July 13, of course, the day of the first live stream. So make sure to mark your calendars for that. I will be coming out with the time pretty soon. I would say within the next 10 days or so. I'll be coming out at the time, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get started into today's video. So the first one is going to be, of course, the goalkeeping position. As we know at this point, it seems like Zidane already has held talks with Keylor Navas, and it seems like he's going to leave Real Madrid. We saw that in the last game at the Bernabeu, where he kind of said bye to everyone. You know, to be honest, look, it breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart. Very, very difficult for me. I love this guy, dude. He's such a humble person. He's such a humble human being. I've said it since the Levante days. He's such a good goalkeeper. And I remember that first year, a lot of Madridistas, they're like, I don't think he's got the personality. I don't think he's gonna make it here at Madrid. I don't think this. I don't think that. Look where he's at now. You have Madridistas crying over this guy, crying over the departure of this guy. You know, you would have said that 5 years ago. Never in the world that would have happened. He was getting booed, he was getting chastised, he was getting lambasted in that first year at Real Madrid. But then after that came good, you know, and ultimately delivered us 3 Champions Leagues. It's really sad what happened to him, and it's really just like CS 2.0. But at this point, as we all know, it's going to be Thibaut Courtois taking the reins here at Real Madrid. For me, ultimately, it's going to be difficult for me to back him. But look, he's on our team now. He's not an Athletic player anymore. He's a Real Madrid player. And we have to back him. We have to support him. We have to support him in the difficult times. You know, some booing, okay, here and there. If they don't do good, okay, that's fine. But, you know, most of the time we want to be supporting him. We don't want to boo him to the point where his self-esteem is just down the drain. We want to continue supporting him. Like I said, he's on our team now. There's nothing we can do about that. So Thibaut Courtois for me is going to be the starting 11, as we probably all know. Now, the right back position, very easy one. You probably guessed it by now. It's Dani Carvajal in that right back position. Of course, Dani Carvajal and Odriozola as the backup would be perfect. Carvajal's still got a few years left in him. He's got the European pedigree. He's got experience. Perfect. No problem with that. As for the center back position, let's go with Rafael Varane, of course, who had a very good season with a very good international break last season with France. It was the World Cup. He won a trophy. He won the World Cup, and he was very good in it. And he really is good. The only thing is that this season hasn't been so great, but you could say the same thing about so many other players out there. Now the next one, of course, is that left center back position, which of course is going to be Sergio Ramos. The only thing here is that Sergio Ramos is coming towards the end of his career, twilight years here, you know. So with that being said, I think we need to get another center back. And that would be probably in the form of, if we could, of course, everyone's going to know which one I'm going to say. Of course, Matías the lit. It's going to be lit if we get him, no pun intended. But to be honest, look, if we get this guy, man, this would be absolutely perfect. Because really, he's a vocal leader. You know, it's natural. It comes to him naturally, and we really need that, especially if Sergio Ramos is to leave the club. We need someone who has that personality, who can be a perfect replacement for Sergio Ramos, and of course, the lit would be that perfect replacement. You know, Varane, he would be a good replacement, but look, the thing with Varane is he's not very vocal. He's just a quiet, subdued guy, and ultimately, he's not going to be that leader for Real Madrid. But he's a very good center back, but he's not going to be that leader. So we need a leader, and of course, Matías de Ligt would be a great replacement for Sergio Ramos. If we can't get de Ligt, however, I would have to say there's a couple of other center backs that I would think would be great. They're not leaders, okay, but you know what? They are very good center backs. I have seen them before. Eric Bailly. A lot of people are going to laugh at me for this, but Eric Bailly has been very good. If you watched him at Villarreal only 4 years ago, you'll know he's a very good center back. He shut down Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and Gareth Bale when they played. You could just watch his highlights. Watch his highlights on YouTube. Just give it 5 minutes. You'll see what he's about. He's a very, very good center back for me. Yes, he gets injured a lot in the Premier League, but the way he conducts himself in the Premier League is absolutely horrendous. You'll understand why he gets injured. Just watch his games, you'll understand it. But however, if he comes to La Liga is not as physical. I think he would be great for us at the center back position. Of course, with Varane, they both speak French. Excellent for me. Especially that Manchester United probably would be willing to offload him, considering that they've gone with the likes of Chris Jones. I always say that. Chris Smalling and Phil Jones. Chris Smalling and Phil Jones as your center back pairing. That's what Manchester United have come to. But anyways, if it's not Bailly, for me another one could be, I don't know if this can happen, De Vrij, whatever you want to call him. This could be a very good one. But anyways, for the sake of this video, we're going to go with Ramos. I think Ramos could do with another year. I think he's got another year left in him. Now the next the next position that I want to talk on is left back. Mendy for me would be that perfect left back. Look, Marcelo is coming to the twilight of his career once again. He has been good for us, but you know what? He's lost a yard of pace. I've said it all the time. This season, he's lost a yard of pace. He can't get that back, and unfortunately, Marcelo, especially if he wants to come back defensively, it's going to be much more challenging for him. So as a result of that, I think we should get Mendy in that left back position. Now for the center defensive midfield position, of course you guys probably have guessed it by now. It's Casemiro, the one and only, the tank Casemiro. So the thing with Casemiro is he's very, very good. He's mobile. He's especially for CDM, he's mobile. He's fast. Llorente would be a good backup. He's a little bit slower, a little less mobile, but he would be a very good backup for me. And I would like to see Casemiro and Llorente ultimately fighting it out for that position. For the right-hand position, of course, I kind of messed it up here, but bear with me. I've got technical difficulties, and it happens. So we got Paul Pogba. Look, usually Paul Pogba will play on that left-hand side, but right now he's playing right there. So Paul Pogba would be something I would like to see here at Real Madrid. If it's not Paul Pogba, then I would say, let's see here. It would be Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen is going to be your budget-friendly choice. He is the cheaper alternative. He is very good also on the ball. He is a creative midfielder. The only thing with Eriksen, I think, look, Paul Pogba ultimately has all the qualities. He's that quintessential midfielder. Eriksen he can provide a few things, but for me, Paul Pogba is the quintessential midfielder. I'd love to see him here at Madrid. I think he's great. Yes, he has some baggage ultimately, but we can deal with that. We've had David Beckham, the biggest baggage of them all. David Beckham here at the club, and we were able to deal with him. So Paul Pogba will be able to deal with just fine. So for me, I would like to definitely see Paul Pogba here at the club. Now the next position that I want to cover is, of course, the left-hand position. Look, Paul Pogba ultimately plays in that left midfielder position, but anyways, for the sake of this video, we'll just stick to this. Now, if you have Casemiro, you have Paul Pogba, you have some workhorses, I guess you could say, to some extent. So could you put Cruz? I'm going to go with Cruz, but this is a contentious one. Cruz is a little bit slow. He sets a tempo very well, but yeah, his passing the ball is great, but coming back, he's not the best. But if you have Paul Pogba and Casemiro in the midfield, then I think we'll be fine. Another one that I do want to cover is going to be, of course, Kovacic in that midfield position. So you would have a CDM, you have a box-to-box midfielder, and you have some kind of attacking midfielder, but of course with some defensive qualities. I think that would be fantastic. I think this could work out very, very well for some games, and then maybe some games you could have Toni Kroos in that position. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna go with Toni Kroos. I want to say Mateo Kovacic. Yeah, it's difficult. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I could debate all day on this, but I'm gonna leave it as is. Now for the right hand position, I've said this time and time before. We don't have a lot of people playing in that position. Yes, we have Asensio, we have Isco. The thing with Asensio, he hasn't been up to par this season. You could say the same thing about all players. If we can get him to that kind of season that he had like a couple seasons ago, great. I think that would be great for our right-hand position. That would solve a lot of problems. The thing with Asensio, he likes to cut in a lot, things like that. The player that I would like to see at that right-hand position, a lot of people might just be like, what the heck? But it would be Heung-min Son. This comes as a weird one, okay? There's no links to him whatsoever. But Heung-min Son, for me, would be perfect at that right-hand position. He has played there before for Tottenham. Doesn't play there a lot, but he has played there before. For me, Heung-min Son would be perfect. He's direct, he's fast, you got to see him. Watch his highlights on YouTube. Just give it a 5-minute watch, and you'll see what I'm talking about. He is very, very good. He's got his left foot. His left foot is very good also. You watch some of his left-footed shots, amazing stuff. So for me, Heung-min Son would be, man, what a perfect signing he would be for Madrid. I know this comes weird because he's a Korean and stuff. He'd probably be the first Korean here, but oh my goodness, he would be fantastic on that right-hand side. I think that's something we would need there. Now for the striker position, of course, it's going to be Benzema. It's very easy, of course. The cat. The gato, as they call him. So Benzema for me is going to be the main striker there. Of course, we got Mariano, we got RDT competing for that second position. Now the thing, we'll see what happens in preseason, whether Zidane decides to drop them or stuff like that. But of course, as we all know, Benzema is going to be the leading striker here at Madrid. He's got a couple more years left in him, I think. And the last one, of course, last but not least, yes, you guys have guessed it, it's going to be Mr. Eden Hazard. So Eden Hazard, oh my goodness, what can I say more about this guy? He has been absolutely fantastic. I think he's got 16 goals and 15 assists in the Premier League alone this season. You're talking about, some of the best stats out there in the Premier League of all time. So Eden Hazard, for me, is a no-brainer. On that left-hand position, he will dribble in, he will cut, he will go on the wing. He's an amazing player overall. And man, if we could have something like this next season, then I think we can go into next season very, very confident of winning maybe Champions League, of winning La Liga. But definitely, I think we need to make some recruitments. And if you look at Mendy, $40 million there. If you look at Son, 60 million euros there. So that's 100 million euros. You have Paul Pogba, 150, let's say 250 million euros. And then you have maybe someone along the likes of Eden Hazard, which is 100 euros. That's 350 euros. And ultimately, you could still spend 50 million euros on someone else. So if we can get an Eric Bailly or something along those lines, or maybe De Vrij or De Vrij or whatever you want to call him, then ultimately there's 400 million pounds. That's how I'd spend them. But of course, please let me know in the comment section how you guys would like to spend 400 million euros, whether that be on, for 40,000 million bags of chips, or, however you want to spend them. Of course, please let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you guys think this is a good lineup? Do you guys think, do you guys want to see Mendy here at the club? Do you guys want to see Marcelo still sticking in? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. So that's all I have for you guys today, of course. First live stream is going to be in 41 days, taking place on July 13. Of course, as always, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Thank you.